Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News. Several months ago, the organizing committee for Attleboro's NEA Big Read began a search for a person who could become the city's first Poet Laureate. That search has ended, and in late January, the Attleboro Public Library and Attleboro's One ABC committee announced that they've selected lifelong Attleboro resident Brianna Serratas to fill the role for the term of 1 year. We spoke with her to learn more about her journey and her responsibilities as Attleboro's first Poet Laureate.
We spent many evenings together after the school bell rang. I found your stories amusing, settled down for well-worn tales. To Joseph L. Sweet, who never turned his face to company, no matter what little they could bring, who gave refuge to the cold and provided priceless connection to the world of digital mystery for those who couldn't find it at home. To Joseph L. Sweet, whose gregariousness you would not expect from his stone facade, and whose cooking was unmatched even as he raised us all on a paper diet. To the man who found the perfect words to say when you didn't have your own, when the world seemed solemn and silence abounded. To Joseph L. Sweet, who's seen the future and past and records it quietly on a little punched card. I write this for him and for all of those he's known who I will never meet. Here's to Joseph and his quaint little home on North Main Street. My name is Brianna Serratas, and I am so happy to be Attleboro's first Poet Laureate. I've been writing poems ever since I was a little kid. I was always the one with the notebook scribbling. I went to the Foxborough Regional Charter School, and in elementary school we had a poetry segment, and I just never stopped. When I went to college, I continued to work in that, and I studied under Michael Joyce, who really pushed me to delve into different forms of expression through prose and poetry. I believe that poetry, although it's been taught as a very intimidating, very rigid set of rules, can be something that allows you to express a story without limitations.
My name is Amy Rillinger. I'm the director of the Attleboro Library. And we have been talking about the idea of having a Poet Laureate for Attleboro. A long time ago, we started doing poetry events at the library. We had a few rounds of Attleboro's Favorite Poem Project, where people were invited to just come in and read their favorite poem. So nothing that they had written themselves, but just something that meant something to them. We also had a poetry sculpture that was hung in the library that was a citywide group project that the Cultural Council supported. We have had readings by the Origami Poem Project, the Carpenter Poets of Jamaica Plain, and every time we would find one, we would say, you know what we really need is we need someone to champion poetry for the city. Everyone we spoke to here in Attleboro was really enthusiastic, and we brainstormed lots of ideas. The Poet Laureate could speak at the inauguration, at the high school graduation, at the unveiling of a new building. And because this year's Big Read book was a book of poetry written by the United States Poet Laureate, we thought that this was the time to do it.
There was a posting on the Attleboro Public Library's website. It was something that I saw but kind of tucked away and said, I don't know, maybe not me. But I put together a portfolio, answered some questions for the committee, and we came in and had a discussion about what poetry could be in Attleboro, what this role could encompass. And basically what we decided was that what we really wanted to do was to bring the whole community together and delve into poetry in a fun and low stakes way that allows people who aren't used to or maybe might be a little intimidated by the very pedantic elements of poetry to kind of just enjoy playing with words. We're going to be reaching out to community partners and seeing if we could do a coffee house where people can come in and they can read the poems that they've written and just have a nice, warm, welcoming environment. Also, starting up next month, we're going to be doing a fun thing called Found Poetry. Found Poetry is when you go already to published works, maybe signs, different words around you, and you pick the ones that speak to you the most. We're going to be having individuals who check out books from the library, pick a line from that book that they love, and then we'll put it all together and see how different people's lines can create a cohesive and unique and refreshing work.